All right. Good morning, everyone. This is your first appearance hearing before the Magistrate Court of Clayton County. My name is Brad Gardner, and I'm a judge in this court. I'm here to inform you of the charges that have been filed against you, to advise you of certain rights, to set bail on those offenses that I'm authorized to set bail, to schedule a preliminary hearing, and to determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney. You have the right to remain silent and say nothing. But should you give up this right, anything you say during this proceeding may be used against you. So please don't discuss the facts of your case. During this and all other proceedings, you have the following rights: to the presumption of innocence, to indictment by a grand jury for most felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors, to a speedy and public trial by jury, to see, hear, and question witnesses who are called to testify against you, to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your behalf, to testify on your own behalf or offer evidence in your own defense, and to have an attorney represent you. If you cannot afford an attorney, one can be appointed to represent you if you qualify. Some of you will be allowed to post unrestricted bonds for your release from jail. These bonds may be posted by cash, commercial, or property. Some of you will have special conditions on your bond that prohibit you from contacting certain people or going to certain places. You will also be prohibited from contacting the victim while you're in jail. If you violate the court's order, your bond will be revoked and you could remain in jail until your trial. You could also receive additional felony charges. It is important to note that if someone is listed as a victim in your case, that person will not be allowed to post your bond. Some of you are charged with offenses for which this court is not authorized by law to set bail. In this event, a bond hearing will be scheduled before a judge of the Superior Court of Clayton County, and you will be informed of that date. If you are currently on active probation, this court is not authorized to set bond at this time. Whether bond is appropriate in your case will be reconsidered after your probation officer has had an opportunity to consider this new arrest. The purpose of a preliminary hearing is to determine whether there is sufficient evidence to support the allegations against you. The standard at this stage is very low. A judge determining whether a charge goes forward at this stage only has to determine that it is possible that the crime occurred. Everyone has the ability to waive their right to a preliminary hearing. However, you should speak to your lawyer first if you are unsure about whether it is appropriate to waive your preliminary hearing. If you post bond, your preliminary hearing is automatically waived. You will receive a notice at the address you give of your next court date. Lastly, I need everyone to raise their right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm any statements you make during this proceeding will be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God? Okay. Let's let's start on the ladies' side. Okay, the first person I have is Miss Jefferson. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Ma'am, you're charged with one count of obstructing or hindering a law enforcement officer. Your bond is going to be set at $2,000. You believe you can post that bond?
Yeah.
There's going to be a preliminary hearing date set for September 14th at 8:30 in the morning. The date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yeah.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
Not at the time, no, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back. Miss Johnson. I'm sorry. What's your name, ma'am?
No, this Miss Johnson. This Miss Johnson.
Johnson. Okay. Miss Johnson, ma'am, you've been charged with 5 separate offenses: family violence, battery, criminal trespass, damage to property, giving false name, address, or date of birth, possession of marijuana less than an ounce, and violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Your total bond is going to be set at $14,500. Do you believe you can post that bond, ma'am? I'm sorry, ma'am.
No, sir.
Okay. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
All right, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date that's going to be set for September 15th at 8:30 in the morning. The date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. What I would encourage you, ma'am, is to contact the bonding companies. Their only business model is to help people get out of jail. So they will put you on, they'll place you on payment plans. They would do a lot of things to help you get out of jail. So contact them.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're free to go back, ma'am, if you do not have any questions for me.
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is Miss Robinson.
Okay. Miss Robinson, ma'am, you've been charged with 1 count of battery, 1 count of aggravated assault. I've set your bond at $15,000. Do you believe you can post that bond, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Charles Grant. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for September 15th at 8:30 in the morning. The date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back. Kimberly Smith.
Miss Smith. This Miss Smith.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Miss Smith, man, you're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. The bond has been set at $1,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir, I can.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from the Andrell Caldwell.
Yes,
Do you
sir.
understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for September 14th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
No, sir. I get my own lawyer.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me, ma'am?
No, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Miss Williams. Last but not least, Miss Williams.
Miss Williams. So we're gonna have to hold Miss Williams. Her lawyer, she's hired a lawyer, and the lawyer is going to. He said he should be available at 11.
Okay.
So hold Miss Williams, and when the lawyer comes on, we will deal with Miss Williams.
Okay.
So I'll break into whatever I'm doing, and we'll deal with that. And then we'll keep going. But for now, let's switch over to the male side.
All right.
Mr. Barnett.
Mr. Barnett, sir, you've been charged with one count of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. The bond is going to be set at $2,000. You believe you can post that bond?
Yes.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for September 14th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? All right, you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me, Mr. Burnett? Okay, sir, you're free to go back. Mr. Bolden, sir, you're charged with one count of criminal trespass. The bond has been set at $3,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Lakeisha Jackson. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for September 14th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me? Okay, sir, you're free to go back. You are Mr. Brantley.
Yes.
Sir, you've been charged with one count of driving a vehicle with a suspended license and one count of driving a vehicle with a tag that has been expired or is invalid. Your total bond is going to be set at $2,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
No, I can't.
Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You do qualify, Mr. Brantley. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for September 14th at 8:30 in the morning. I would encourage you to try to contact the bonding companies that are authorized to write bonds here in Clayton County. I believe they will work with you and assist you in getting out of jail. Do you have any questions for me, sir?
No.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Mr. Dunn,
Mr. Dunn, you're charged with armed robbery and hijacking a motor vehicle. I'm not allowed to post bond on the armed robbery charge, so I did not post bond on the hijacking motor vehicle charge. I'm going to allow the next judge to do that. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for September 15th at 8:30 in the morning. You're going to also have a bond hearing date set for September 17th at 8:30 in the morning. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
No, sir.
Okay, you're going to hire your own lawyer? Okay. Do you have any questions of me, Mr. Dunn?
No, sir.
All right, sir, you're free to go back.
Mr. Dunn,
Mr. Durham, sir, you're charged with one count of criminal trespass. I've set the bond at $3,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yeah.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Submira Murphy. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for September 14th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, okay.
I'm sorry, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. It looks like you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me, sir? Okay. You're free to go back, Mr. Durham.
Mr. Frey?
Mr. Frey, you're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, battery, criminal damage to property in the second degree, and cruelty to children in the first degree. These are all felony offenses. I've set bond on all of these offenses. Your total bond is going to be set at $30,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for September 15th at 8:30 in the morning. The date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
All right, you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me, Mr. Frey? Okay, you're free to go back, sir.
Mr. Gray?
Mr. Gray, sir, you're charged with one count of driving a vehicle on a suspended license. The bond is set by schedule at $1,500. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for September 14th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you currently working, Mr. Gray?
No, sir.
Okay. You do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Let's take a pause. Ms. Williams' counsel has logged on. Mr. Akinelli, are you there?
Good morning, Your Honor. Yes, I am.
Good morning. It's good to see you, sir.
Good to see you too, sir.
So we have Miss Williams. Ma'am, I would normally speak to you directly, but you have taken advantage of the opportunity to hire a lawyer, Mr. Akinelli, and in my opinion, you could not have hired a better lawyer to represent you. I'm going to speak to him about your case and not you. I would caution you that these proceedings are not private. So please don't say anything that you would not want the whole world to know. Do you understand that, ma'am? Okay. Mr. Akinelli, I have your client is charged with theft by receiving stolen property. I've set a bond at $5,000,
Yes,
but
Judge.
I will listen to you about anything you wish to say about your client or about the charge.
Yes, Judge. Ms. Williams approached me a few weeks ago because her daughter is actually a member of the bar, and her daughter is the one that connected me to her. She was unemployed at some point last year, and she posted her resume on careerbuilder.com. And eventually some folks made contact with her that they're setting up a real estate company where they would send her money and then she would transfer it. Unfortunately, she did not realize it was a scam. They actually set up businesses for her, set up bank accounts, which they told her to open. So she would receive this money and then transfer it as they instructed her. She has tons of emails from this purported organization, which in hindsight was a real, probably likely an international scam that she was unfamiliar with. And eventually, once she got wind of it, she shut it down, closed the account. And she has numerous emails, exchanges, and things of that way they instructed her. I made contact with the detective on the case, Detective Santos, about a week or two ago to come and meet with him because we wanted to share all the information we have. And unfortunately, he took out a warrant before he was able to meet with me. He actually called me 3 days ago to tell me that, oh yeah, I think there was miscommunication, so he wasn't able to get a hold of me. Miss Williams is she's 54 years old. She resides in Ellenwood, Georgia. She has 3 adult children. And as I indicated to the court, one of them is a member of the state bar. She's has got a master's degree, and she eventually got a real job, obviously, after not too long ago. She works with the government right now. And at some point, this is the kind of case where I'm going to bring to the state's attention, because we have a lot of documentation to show that, I don't know whether I will call it gullibility, but there was no intentional act on her part at all. She is obviously, since she was recently she was recently reemployed. She doesn't have excessive funds, and if the court will consider a signature bond on her, I will be grateful. I'm going to represent her through the duration of the case. I expect to approach the prosecutor at some point to lay out exactly what we have on the matter too. That's it, Judge. By the way, she turned herself in. I'm sorry, Judge.
Okay. There is currently all of the signature bonds has to go through the chief, and
I see.
that would require her spending
Additional time. Well, let's not do that, Judge. Can we do a $2,500 fine if the court
well,
will consider?
what I'll do is I'll based upon your representation, I'll reduce it down to $1,000. That's the lowest amount that the bonding companies will write a bond on. And so that will at least allow her to bond herself out today,
Yes, Judge.
for a minimal amount.
Okay.
She's going to have currently a preliminary hearing date is set for September 15th. But upon her bonding out, that date will change. And based upon what you've told me, and I accept your representation, it looks like this may not go further. So I'm going to set the bond at $1,000.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
So that will at least allow her to get out. I think with the fees added, she may end up spending about $150 to get out through a bonding company.
Okay, Judge.
Okay.
Yeah. I think our daughter should be able to pay that shortly.
Okay. Is there anything else, Mr. Akinelli?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So I'm going to release you. You're free to go. Ms. Williams, you're free to go back. I'm the person that completes the paperwork. We have a small calendar today, so it should be about 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon that this information is entered into the system and she can bond herself out. But at least she can start contacting bonding companies and let them know of the charge and the bond amount.
All right, Judge. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Okay. It was good
to see you,
Mr.
sir.
Akinelli.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, let's switch back over to the men's side.
You're clear to shut down, Judge?
I'm sorry.
Are we clear to shut down?
That's how the female side.
Yes, you are. Thank you for your assistance and have a good day.
You too, Judge.
Mr. Harkley?
Mr. Harkley, sir, you're charged with 1 count of theft by shoplifting. The bond has been set at $2,000. You believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for September 14th at 8:30 in the morning. The date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It appears that you qualify, sir, so I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Ms. Fuller Blanks?
No.
All right, give me 1 second, sir. I'm sorry, I just gotta try to keep my paperwork up to date. You are Mr. LeBlanc.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're charged with one count of driving on a suspended license. The bond has been set for $1,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for September 14th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify, Mr. LeBlanc. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Could you tell me if this is an existing case with a judge I had already? Like, do you know what judge is this case on?
No, currently it's under me as it relates to first appearance. The allegation and warrant is that you were arrested yesterday, in the evening.
I was just trying to figure out like where my license was suspended from, you know.
Let's see. It says the suspension date is November 2nd, 2020.
That was last year.
Yes.
Okay. Now this is thank you.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Come on board.
Uh, Good morning, sir. You're charged with pointing a pistol at another person and criminal trespass, damage to property. I've set a total bond of $4,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
At the body master, how much would it be? I'm sorry. You don't know that. Yeah, I don't know that. Yes, I will.
The bonding companies generally charge a percentage between 10 and 12% of the bond amount. So that's the range that you're looking at. So do you believe you can post a bond? Um,
Yes, sir.
there's going to be a stay away provision on the bond, a stay away from and it's
Asante Eric Carson.
thank you, Ms. Carson. Um, do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for September 14th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? I'm sorry, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me, sir? Okay, you're free to go back.
Surprise.
Okay, Mr. Price, sir, your charges are not bondable at this stage. So I'm going to set a preliminary hearing date for September 15th and a bond hearing date for September 17th. Both are going to be at 8:30 in the morning. Um, would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Sir.
Okay, sir, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
Sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Mr. Strong.
Mr. Strong, sir, you've been charged with 10 separate offenses, criminal damage to property, or criminal damage in the first degree, 2 counts, cruelty to children, 2 counts, reckless conduct 3 counts, aggravated assault, cruelty to children in 3rd degree, and possession of firearm by a convicted felon. Bond is going to be denied on the felony accounts. Felony counts. You have 3 reckless conduct counts where bond is going to be set at $5,000 each. There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Porsche robbers. Do you understand that, sir?
Sir. Yes,
I'm
sir.
sorry.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you currently working, sir?
Yes, sir.
How much do you make per hour?
How much do I make per hour?
Yes, sir.
16. $16 per hour.
Okay. You do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me, Mr. Strong?
No, sir, not at all.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Mr. Webb?
Mr. Webb, sir, you've been charged with aggravated assault by strangulation and criminal damage to property in the 2nd degree. Bond is going to be denied on these charges at this point. There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Jamie Guy. Do you understand that?
Okay, so I have a question.
Okay.
Yes,
Well,
sir. Yes, sir.
first answer my question, and I will entertain anything that you want.
Okay.
You understand the stay away provision?
No, sir, I don't understand.
Okay. What do you not understand about it?
What's the stay away?
It's to stay away.
Oh, the stay away. Okay, yeah, I understand the stay away part. But
Is there anything else you don't understand about a stay away provision?
no, sir, I understand.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for September 15th. Your bond hearing date is going to be set for September 17th. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify, Mr. Webb. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Now, is there any other questions that you have?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Um, the Jane guy person, she's trying to drop the charges as we speak right now. This is not time for that. No. I'm asking him a question. He told me if I have a question, I can ask him a question.
Well, Mr. Webb, that was actually a preamble. It wasn't a question. When you say that she's trying to drop the charges, that's not something that I can entertain. It's not a question. So what is your question, sir?
Okay, so if the charges is dropped before I go to court, can I get out?
If the district attorney decides to drop the charges, yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Well,
Mr. Weldon, you're charged with trafficking of basically human trafficking. Bond is going to be denied at this point. I'm going to set a preliminary hearing date for September 15th and a bond hearing date for September 17th. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
no, sir.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me?
Yes, sir.
What's your question?
I was arrested on June 21st for this charge, and I have a preliminary hearing set for August 9th for this charge, and a bond hearing set for August 13th for this charge, and I have a paid attorney for this charge in question.
Who's your attorney?
Shannon Render.
Okay.
Shannon Render. I've already been to my first appearance for this charge, Judge. So I was kind of questioning, does this overturn my original preliminary hearing date, which is set for August 9th?
So, based upon what I'm seeing, this warrant was issued yesterday afternoon. And so it may involve a different alleged victim. And that's and in no way am I asking you about your case, and I'm not trying to delve into your case, because that's something that you should have conversations you should have with your lawyer.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
The allegation in this case is that there was a 15-year-old victim, alleged victim, that said that she was hired, well, that she was performing sex acts from August 1st of 2018 to August 14th of 2018. Yes, sir.
That's inaccurate, sir. I just got out of jail at that time, and I was when I got out of jail, I was helping out a friend who had a female with them. They were staying in the hotel. So when I talked to the investigator, they showed me the hotel receipts with my name on 3 days and forged for 2 days. So that's why I have Mr. Shannon rendered. This is the same situation, Judge, and I was arrested on, like I said, June 21st. We look at the witness and preliminaries. That's why I'm not too much worried about it, because I'm very innocent. Oh, yes, sir.
So you should share this information with your lawyer, because your lawyer is the person that's there to defend you.
Correct. He knows this, sir. I'm just kind of confused how this is like I'm being charged for the same thing twice. Like he shows on his paperwork that I'm here for probation violation. I'm being in jail for this charge, violating my probation. Oh, I'm sorry.
So, Mr. Weldon, all I can tell you is that this warrant was obtained yesterday. So the officer may have an additional alleged victim.
Okay.
So it's I don't, all I know is what I see before me. It fits the four corners as it relates to defining the offense. So you should speak to your lawyer quickly and tell the lawyer that a warrant was obtained yesterday. And if this has been pending, as you've said, your lawyer should be able to easily dispose of this. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Any other questions, Mr. Weldon?
That's everything, Judge. So this
Oh,
does not, this is not crossed out August 9th, correct?
no, this was obtained yesterday. The warrant was obtained yesterday, and it was based on behavior that allegedly occurred in 2018, August of 2018.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you're free to go back.
Lord. Mr. Walker,
Mr. Walker, sir, you're charged with 2 counts of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, 1 count of possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Your total bond is going to be set at $7,500. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir? I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for September 15th at 8:30 in the morning. The date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Was that a yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You do qualify, Mr. Walker. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me? Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
Judge, that concludes the roster.
Did we have Mr. Hancock?
We do not have him here because he tested positive for COVID yesterday. So, we were
I'm sorry, he did what?
tested positive for COVID-19 yesterday.
Ah, okay. Okay. So I'll just do another continuance motion related to his testing positive.
Yes, Judge.
And he's a fugitive. So we're holding him for um, it doesn't, South Carolina. So we're holding him for South Carolina. I'll do the continuance so that he can at least go before a judge, and I'll let the judge who's going to be doing the weekend calendar know.
Okay.
But you know, he can be brought back before me on Monday, and I'll just non-proton it back to the date that he was taken into custody.
Okay, Judge.
Okay, thank you for your assistance. Have a good day.
Thank you. You have a great